There he is. You have a name. Just call. Your Grace, part of our village was flooded. Luckily, no one got hurt, but our homes were devastated. We could use some gold to buy resources to rebuild our houses. No, I can't help you at this time. I'm afraid my revenue stream is a little dry right now. However, I'm sure if you ask your neighbors, we'll bail you out. Just ask around. I see. Suppose we might get help from others. Your Grace, I'm a sorcerer from the market. Your petitioners have often visit me if you refuse to help them. I aid as many people as I can for very little in return. It's often not enough to cover all the ingredients I need for potions. As it stands, I'm out of most of my ingredients at the moment, and the queue to my place isn't any shorter than yours. Would you be able to help out with some extra gold? Maybe our court witch could help? Our witch has her own set of potions. If we send her to help you for a few weeks, we can make some more gold to buy more ingredients. A witch? No wonder your people are coming back to me so sick. All a witch can do is lie. Witches cannot heal people. You're trying to insult me, Your Grace? I'll pass on this ridiculous offer. Okay. Your Grace, a nobleman visiting the local village has problems with the folks stealing his goods from him. He asked me to help find those responsible. The search wasn't hard, and I brought them back for justice. The nobleman was very grateful, and he paid me with this gold. Ooh! Your Grace, it is I, Noxie the Dragon Slayer, bowing low before you. Also known as Groffus the Great, Wenos the Wise, Peter the Powerful. The royal wedding was fantastic. Well, until, you know. The food was first class. But amongst all the pleasures, I didn't have a chance to introduce myself. You're the famous Dragon Slayer? Oh yes, I'm quite accustomed to my fame preceding my arrivals. It is my pleasure to meet you. Would you like to hear about my fierce battle with the foul worm, Your Grace? With pleasure. I'm all ears. The beast was fast. Its sharp claws could tear human skin with absurd ease. I stole into its home forest with great care, and I planned a path to its defeat. The dragon's nest was at the very top of a mighty oak tree, overlooking a rushing river. Clever as I am, I noticed that the nest was full of hatchlings. Mucky little dragon puppies. I chopped down the tree while the big one wasn't there. The oak tree creaked, groaned, and fell straight into the furious river underneath, taking the dragon's young with it. The squeaks of the little dragons carried far, and so the big beast herself appeared. Desperately trying to save her babies from the brutal current, she kept crashing into one boulder after the other. At last, she dragged her battered body onto the shore, but the weakened creature was no match for my mighty arm, and the beast was no more. After all, wit and brains come before strength and fists. Remember that, kids. I mean, Your Grace. Impressive, isn't it? After that, and other adventures, of course, I traveled to Davern seeking further challenges, so I have come straight to the king. Now tell me, Your Grace, what evil creatures await me here, staining your beautiful land? There's a monster. Peasants mention the occasional basilisk or some other monster. All of these real nightmares are nothing to our real problem, Radovia. Radovia? Well, I've never heard of such a creature. So what is it? What does it do? Emit gas? Crush men's bones under its heavy hooves? Breathe fire? Everything at once. Radovia has an army. They are fierce and brutal, and they are coming after my daughter. An army? I see. Well, that is a hell of a challenge. I can help, though. They call me Groffus the Great for a reason. Over the years, my adventurous career, I've met a lot of people, and even more owe me their lives. I will give you all I can. Soldiers, supplies, I will stand at your side in the battle. I reckon I can gather 180 men, and 5 supplies will also come in handy, I'm sure. And in return I ask for? Oh, absolutely nothing at all. I'm a noble upstanding knight. I live to serve, help, and, well, be famous. Noxie aiding the King of Davern in a real battle. They will write fine songs about this. There's a monster. We have a problem with a monster. Aha! So you do have your own monster, Your Grace. Lichaj is the name. It's a small creature. Imagine a pig, but hairy with long claws and horns. They can be dangerous, but for me it will be a piece of cake. You can expect my return shortly. It looks like an animal tooth. Would you know anything about it? That's an impressive tooth. It must have been one hell of a beast. Do you know what such a tooth could come from? Oh, I wish I could tell you a heroic story about defeating such an imposing beast, Your Grace. Sadly, I can't because this tooth is not one from my collection. I don't think so, anyway. Wish it was, though. Can I buy it off of you? Absolutely not, Noxie. I need this tooth to prove my innocence to King Ivo. Maybe after the royal trial. I found this near Branca. Can you tell me anything about it? I used to buy poison vials from merchants to use on monsters. I don't buy them anymore, they never worked. But I haven't seen an elegant vial before, though. Looks important. That'll be all for now. Akem! I come to you, a truly humble kind. I hope I find you well, in good shape and mind. Your Grace, this is Torlando, a rider known across many halls and taverns. Excuse me, not just Torlando. I am Akem Torlando the Wonderful, writer and poet recognized in all kingdoms experiencing the artistic renaissance. The popularity of whom is discussed even in kingdoms of stagnant growth, including Yelis, Kalidar, Barevia, and Radovia, of which I will remain silent for the known reasons. Very well, what can I do for you? Your Grace, if I may. I'm working on my latest release, but I have no clue how to finish this piece. It's a story about royal intrigues, oaths of the past, foolish peasants, and passionate lust. May I honor you with my latest work? Of course. I'm open to art of all kinds. The poem is, for now, entitled Kupal Naka, Ekem. The moon shines so bright, high up in the sky, Kupala's night is upon us. Laughter and music can be heard outside, but the weary night may not rest. Inside the castle, there's no frivolous joy. A fatal matter must be solved. The night is short, this time of year, so let's make the best of it while we can. Fire, pleasure, and delight will rule this night. That's wonderful. It's fantastic, bravo. Thank you, Your Grace. Although I am not surprised that you will find this so delightful. The problem is, I cannot continue. Akem, I've hit a wall and I cannot write at all. I am desperate for some true inspiration. I strongly believe that seeing your general patrolling would get my creative juices rolling. Therefore, I beg of you, please, allow your general to join me to get out of this squeeze. Come back another time. I wish I could help. Perhaps return another time and I'll try to keep a general available to assist you. I can see the desire in your eye to hear more of my wonderful poetry. I shall be back within 2 weeks. Your general better be ready by then. Alright, so let's send the witch. Witch sent. Hopefully she's still here, though. Shit! She's already left. Okay, that's it then. Oh, yeah, I could still invite a lord, you're right. Sometimes lords are busy and you won't be able to invite them to your throne room. They'll be shown with a red arrow next to the lord's profile. Who is the next best? Let's Violet. Great. Yep. All right. So, actually, if we're gonna do this differently, let's get if we have 30 gold. If we do the stables, that'll give us 5 gold. But then we'll just... I think our income can handle that, actually. For now, our income can handle that. Alright, our witch is back. Your Grace, I ran into a small bandit camp. They were keeping a merchant captive. I have helped him out, and in return he gave me this gold. Oh, sweet. Thank you. Feel it, banker. I don't want your help, banker. No, go away. Your Grace, where I come from, there's an odd fog surrounding the nearby forest. Anyone who goes into the fog disappears without any trace. A few local adventurers came forward. They said they would find the one responsible, but they never came back. We were thinking the fog turns people into frogs, bugs maybe. There's plenty of them in the forest, but no signs of the people who go in there. I think this is a task for the witch. Perhaps the fog has some magical origin. It would be best to send a witch who can check on it. Perhaps she can handle the situation. Of course, fight magic with magic. You've got a smart head on your shoulders. No wonder you're the king. 3, yay! Oh, Your Grace, my boy, my dearest grandchild, got himself into big trouble, Your Grace. He asked me not to come here, but I don't know where else to go. He's been involved with the Oracle Dust sales for a long time now. It's harmless, he told me. Only selling to begin with, but he recently started using it as well. He was over the moon, so happy and giggly at first. Even tried convincing me to use it to relax, but I am no lady to get involved in this nasty business. Now he's very ill, Your Grace. Can't leave the bed, my poor baby. He keeps asking to bring him some more dust, but I know this is the cause of his illness for sure. He tells me it'll make him feel better. I have no heart to look at him in this state, barely moving, with skin as blue as blueberries. Please help, Your Grace. I don't have... We don't have enough witches available, and I don't have enough gold. I'm sorry, I can't help. I can't help your grandson. He needs to stay strong until the illness passes. Make sure he stays hydrated and don't let him take any more dust. He'll come out of it. I really hope he does, Your Grace. I don't know what I'd do without him. Your Grace. I hear y'all faced with the fight with the beast faced. We're preparing for a battle with Radovia. You heard well. Name's Violet. Violet. My elders have fought with the beast many years before me. I heard they brought some Radovian dog here to your castle. They say you keep him in the dungeon. I want to help you with those nasty beasts. I'll give men and resources. 3 gold and 150 army. In exchange for the red dog. No dog, no army. I cannot make it any simpler. Why do you need him? Why do you need him? Him. I'll teach him a lesson is all. I reckon we should make an example out of him. Show his dog brothers what happens to those who step a little too far. This will keep him at bay. Okay. Do as you please, but you can spare me the details. Fantastic. I'll take it slow. Make sure he knows I'm there. Oh, one more thing, Your Grace. My deal is off the table if you ever help any of these dogs. Make no mistake about that. Your Grace. I have this animal tooth. I have found this in my wine cellar. Can you tell me anything about it? Ooh, that's one bit of a tooth. This is beautiful is all I can tell you, Your Grace. I'm sorry I'm not much help. I found this near Bronca. Can you tell me anything about it? I ain't ever been to Bronca. Looks pretty nasty, though. That's all. Hey, Your Grace. Rumors spread fast, Your Grace. I've heard what's coming from behind the mountains. I can help. I want to. However, there's a small catch, as you probably anticipated. These times aren't easy for any of us, so I have a favor to ask. A delicate matter, actually. It seems to me that you don't know of the curse that plagues Lena's family. Curse? What curse? They say if her son does not participate in the act of marriage before his 20th spring, he will fall asleep and never wake up. Can the curse be lifted? Is there a way to lift the spell? There is. That's why Lena is desperately looking for someone to marry her son, to lift the bane. The problem is, you can't completely get rid of it. If her son is married, it is said that the spell will move on to the bride and she will die the following night. Are you willing to risk this? Thank you for the information. You're most welcome. I would strongly reconsider Asalia's marriage arrangement, though. I will consider your advice, be sure. That's difficult. That is difficult. Lena gives us a lot of stuff. I wish I had that truth-telling rooster. I don't really want lures. Let's try Masha next. Map. Bell toy. Okay. Try that. General. Confirm. Yep. General sent. Great. Oh. How can I be of service, Your Grace? Tell me about our battle preparations. Is our army ready? Okay, change the subject. Investigation progress. There, okay. Oh, of course, the pigeon. Never mind. Dear father, tell Sidani Dusty is fine. He was meowing for the first 2 days of the journey without stopping, so his voice was gone. He gave up after that and just slept the rest of the way. Unfortunately, King Ivo is allergic to cats, so we keep him outside of our chambers. Not to worry, though. I've made a little house for him, so he has a cozy place all for himself. I miss you all so much. Perhaps you could visit me one day? Yours, Lorsulia. Poor Dusty. I always loved to cuddle in bed with Lorsulia. Sidani doesn't need to know about this. We should ask Lorsulia about something. Ask her about herself. Ask Lorsulia how she is, what she does with her time. Tell her everyone's missing her. Very well, Your Grace. I'll write her a letter. We should anticipate a reply within a couple of weeks. Wait. How do I leave? There we go.
Hello.
Your Grace, Lorsulia sent a letter. I asked her about Dusty, just like you told me to. What did she say? Is Dusty alright? Does he like the new castle? I bet he'd prefer it here. He's completely fine, Sidani. He didn't like the journey so much, but he's in a cozy castle now, probably laying by some warm fireplace. No, Father! He's an explorer. He probably runs all around the castle walls, like he did here. Of course, Sidani. Goodbye. I'll see you later, silly pickle. Alright, is that everything for right now? It is. Alright. So let's check the archives. She said, Lady Illida gave some very important information. The true reason why Lena wants her son to marry Asalia. She said that her son was carrying a curse that would be transferred onto his bride. To see if Sir Frederick was really accusing Noxie correctly, King Eric sent the Dragon Slayer to search for a monster that isn't really there. Violet's past clearly informs her decisions. Her resentment of the Radovians means she will only aid us in battle if we do everything we can to show them they are not welcome here. The lady asked us to pass a Radovian prisoner to her so she can do whatever she wants with him. King Eric agreed to the deal. The king couldn't help the poet in the creative block, but advised him to return another day. The king decided to send a witch to investigate as fog might have a magical source. I wonder if this is a reference to Barovia. I think Barovia is another reference to it. But we've already had a Witcher reference. I wonder if there's some D&D in here as well. Aurelia wasn't very happy to find out about Lena's marriage proposition. Well, no one's happy about it. The king couldn't help the lady, but advised her not to give her grandson any more just and to keep him hydrated. Decided to offer the court witch's help, but the sorcerer refused it. And decided to ignore the request for help. Okay. End it. Oof. So we're back up to 30 gold. And let's look at this layout. Okay, so we lost 26, and then we lost 9. But we're gaining 13, 16, 20, 23 gold a day. So we are now gaining more gold than we are losing if we have both of them here, which is good. And we're gaining 9, 10, 15, 20... oh shit, we're only gaining 20 resources. When we're losing 26. So resources are about to become a problem. But we don't need to pay the witch for a couple days, so we may be able to soon afford to have them around more often. Grab note, week 21. An old lady in the nearby forest needed help with the wolves that kept stealing her chickens. I've dealt I've quickly dealt with them, Your Grace. She gave me some supplies in return. Masha, you're here. Oh shit, there was someone hiding behind the pillar. Jonas, that buffoon with the stupid red gloves. Lend me some gold and I'll pay you back in a week, he said. I will break his legs if I see him. Your Grace, I lent this fellow 28 gold. He said he would pay me back with interest. I know the type. Now, I hear he's off to Calidor, probably the other end of the world, probably enjoying hot sunshine in Calid's brothels. Meanwhile, I'm stuck here in this rat hole with no wages to pay my men. I've got until this evening to pay them, otherwise they'll leave. Where the hell will I find a new crew then? I need this money for only 2 weeks. I should be able to make it up to you after that. So you want gold. I want her alliance, so fine. I will help you, but you need to pay it back with interest. I suppose you won't be finding this Jonas anytime soon if he went to Calidor. Of course, thank you, Your Grace. See you in 2 weeks. What I wouldn't do to find that jackanapes. Torlando. Your Grace, it is I, Torlando the Wonderful. Is your general ready to come with me? Of course. I'll send the general to aid you in your quest. It's absolutely fantastic. You will not be disappointed, for I shall bring you a classique. Merchant. Your Grace, normally I wouldn't bother you, but I have no other choice. I'm a merchant delivering goods from one place to the other. I sell trinkets of all sorts. What do you sell? What wares do you have? Paintings, vintage scrolls, historical relics. I even once had the wooden leg of Lode the Schindelshanks. Yeah! It went for a crazy 200 pieces of gold. But none of that matters now, as I was robbed on my way back to my hometown Pravisk. And if I'm not mistaken, now you need funds to carry on with your journey? Correct! You really know your stuff, Your Grace. I would need 23 gold to get back on my feet. I'm a businessman, so I know how to invest this money. I will make a profit in no time. I will repay you as soon as I can. With interest, of course. No. You will have to find someone else to help you. What? Why? Why not help a truly honest man? Claude the Schindelshanks, that was a good one. I see that red. Your Grace! There was no trace of the Lichaj in the forest. So I thought. As clever as I am, I know where to look for their lairs, in old tree trunks. Here, take this bloody horn as proof of my courageous deed. Ha! You couldn't have defeated the beasts, as there was no monster in the forest. You fell for our ruse. All your tales are lies, just like this one. What? Me, a liar? No way, I brought you the proof, didn't I, Your Grace? It could as well be a deer. Deer? Wait, has anyone seen you slay the beast? Are there any witnesses who could vouch for you? No, I'm afraid not. No sane person will go that deep into the forest. Especially if there's a fierce beast around. The dragon tale isn't exactly original, is it? Sir Friedrich says you just retell the story, just changing a few details each time. Very well, the cat's out of the bag. At least I don't have to put on the show anymore. It can be very tiring at times, if perfectly honest. People want to see this amazing knight, this dragon slayer. So I show them what they want to see. Lishaj, and the proof, a stag. At least my stories don't hurt anyone, and I don't have a drinking problem. If you have something to say, say it to my face. I think that the wind is spreading. I hear what the wind is spreading. Problems with rum. Wife walking around with a black eye. You don't believe him, do you, Your Grace? He's a liar. He's making all this up. Used to be recognized around the courtyards, but the memory is fading. That's it. Draw your sword. Let me see if you're more than just a trickster. Do nothing. In your current state, I didn't expect much more. You're lucky I don't quite feel like fighting right now. Your Grace, of course it's just a hoax, but it doesn't matter. The message is what's important. The story warms people's hearts. It gives you hope for a better tomorrow. People always think they see basilisk, lichens, strigas. Well, it's usually just a fox, a stray dog, or a cat even. If I bring them a boar skin or a deer horn and tell them it was the monster, they sleep better at night. They get back to work feeling safe. If I make extra gold on the side, so what? Aren't we all frauds? Kings, for example. People always come to see the king because he knows everything. They expect you to give wise advice. They will put the greatest trust in your words. But answer yourself, do you always know what to do? Not even scholars know the way. Guess you're right. Not even scholars always know what they're doing. Correct. There's only so much we can learn from manuscripts. The rest is just guessing. Your Grace, you surely can't let him spread more lies. I won't allow this. If you let Noxie join your banner, then I won't stand by your side. Oh, I won't join if he joins. With his intemperance, I won't stand next to him during the battle. In all the turmoil, he could stab me and no one would even know. Joven, a good guy. He trains with me. I'll make sure to send my recommendation. Don't forget that. Sir Friedrich, I'm with you. Sir Friedrich, you have one more battle ahead of you. I knew I could trust your judgment, Your Grace. Ha! It's time for those with the real experience to take the lead, Noxie. A shame, Your Grace. Nonetheless, I wish you the very best in your battle. Now, will someone clean up this mess? Fuck, yeah, oh, I can't invite him right now. So let's invite Grego. Is that another pet you've got there, silly pickle? What is it this time? A lizard? A lizard would be interesting. Too difficult to take care of. But this is just some silly toy. Recruiting agents is far more difficult than you would imagine. Why the agents? What are you planning to use them for, silly pickle? To save Lorsulia and Dusty from the evil prince. When my agents are ready, we'll take Lorsulia back home. My agents will be best friends with Dusty. Maybe I will let you use them one day too, if you're good. Silly pickle, Ivo's not evil. Besides, he's no prince. He's a king now. Atana is really far away too. Well, those seem like good points, but you do your job, I do mine. Let's see that toy. It's quite unusual, isn't it? Doesn't look like it came from our country. Where did you get it from? Maya gave it to me. It brings luck, she says. I see. Go on now, Sidani. See if you can find more agents. Yes, Father. Your Grace. I must see that friend of Asalia. Yes, Father? Sidani's toy. Explain this, Asalia. It's a toy? Yes, Sidani got this toy from Maya. I've seen this toy before. Maya, you're not from Barevia, are you? My family, we travel a lot. I was passing by and I heard all the racket here. Is everything alright, darling? Look at this toy, Aurelia. I recognize this. Of course you do. We saw one just like it when we were robbed by Bayron 13 years ago. Where did you get this toy from, Maya? My parents travel a lot. We were traveling merchants. They must have bought it somewhere. Your accent, this toy, stayed in Davern for a while. You're from Radovia. Tell me you didn't know about this, Asalia. Father, please, no! Don't do anything to her. It's all my fault. I asked her to visit us. We were preparing for battle. We're planning to repel an attack. But Radovian's already in my castle. Look what you did to your father, Eric. Oh, you're up. Eric, that's twice now. Sally's friend is a Radovian. We're preparing for a war against them, and yet they're already here. Yes, I had a chat with them already. Sally won't be seeing her friend anymore. I decided not to kill her, but I banished her from the castle. She's just a girl. Perhaps, but what kind of message does it send? Our daughter playing with the enemy in our castle? You didn't consider letting her stay, did you? You did well. I wouldn't have allowed Maya to stay in our castle. You did well, darling. Thank you. Nothing could ever come from Radovians. You collapsing? The two of us not being able to conceive an heir? Break your promise and you shall be punished. Your kingdom will be fertile, but you won't see a successor amongst your offspring. Isn't that how it went? Well, when I promised my firstborn daughter to Bayron, I didn't do it because I was afraid of the witch. I did it to protect us. At the time, I thought Bayron was a fool for agreeing to this. Surely a bandit wouldn't be able to travel such a distance, enter the throne room, and dare ask a king for his daughter. And yet here we are. I'm telling you, it's the witch. How else could he become a king? How else could they threaten war? How else that you couldn't have a son? You might be right. I will look into the curse, darling. I will see if we can do it right away. At least I can help take some of the burden from your shoulders. Thank you. I feel better now. It's time to get up. I guess I better see Asalia. Yes, Father? About Maya. I'm sorry, Father. I didn't want to hurt you. I know. It's fine. It's just that you're not young anymore. The doctors say tense situations can have this kind of effect. Oh, I'm just not young anymore. I didn't want to upset you, Father. But why the war, Father? Isn't life difficult enough as it is? Why make things harder for one another? I know that Maya is from Radovia. When she told me, my heart froze up. I knew it meant trouble. But I got to know her. They're not bad. They're just like us. Not barbarians, as Mother likes to call them. They attacked our villages. Well, of course there are bandits, thieves. It doesn't mean they're all like this. You're a king, Father. Tell me, did you never have to punish a thief or a bandit who was from Davern? Well, just because one person did bad things, does that mean we're all bad? I don't understand why we have to fight. They threaten us. They want to take over our castle. What if you just got it all wrong? We can't risk it, Asalia. It's all very complicated. That's a great shame, Father. But who knows? Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Alright, nothing more. Even though Noxie's rationale for telling lies seemed reasonable, King Eric decided to side with Sir Friedrich and stop Noxie from telling any more stories. Noxie decided not to aid our kingdom with his army. Eric refused to help the merchant. It appeared he was just trying to swindle some gold out of the king. Eric recognized the unusual toy Sedani brought to him. To make sure he remembered it correctly, he decided it would be best to ask Maya about it. Eric fainted as he found out about Maya's true birthplace. He could not believe that he let Radovian sneak into his castle so easily. King Eric gave the lady the gold. Baroness Masha sought some help from the king today. She wanted to borrow gold to pay her guards. She claimed that some Jonas in red gloves borrowed money from her and never paid it back. The king agreed to send a general with the poet in order to vanquish his creative block. King Eric did as Sir Friedrich asked. He exposed Noxie's lies, and the two made a treaty. Back up to 18 gold. Fuck yes. Alright, let's try to keep our witch for a little bit. Because, we need to talk to the witch about this poison vial. And we keep getting rid of her.